Catherine Called Birdy, out on Amazon Prime, directed by Lena Dunham, based on a novel by Karen Cushman, stars Bella Ramsey, known mostly from Game of Thrones and set to lead the upcoming Last of Us series, and also Billie Piper and Andrew Scott. The film is a coming-of-age story set in medieval England. The titular Catherine is a 14-year-old girl, daughter of small-time nobility. Her parents technically do live in a castle and own a village, but they aren't really kings, and so when the money starts running low, the father decides that the only recourse for the family is to marry off Catherine to a wealthy suitor. In essence, just sell her off. She of course wants none of that. She'd rather play in the mud with her friends, take care of her birds, fantasize about handsome knights, and continue to be a child. But with the suitors starting to pour into the castle, she'll have to really try to keep them at bay. And in the process, and with the passage of time, perhaps learn one or two lessons about life. So what I really liked about the film is that in terms of tone, dialogue, and even the themes explored, it seems to marry two seemingly very distant settings, the medieval one and the modern one. What I mean is that on the one hand, the characters do inhabit a medieval world. They do face the issues of that time: arranged marriage, difficulty in birthing a healthy child, sanitary issues, and so on. They also, dress appropriately for the times, and they partly speak like the people spoke back then. But I say partly because at the same time, some of the dialogue is very modern. Some of the expressions and words used, the way the characters interact and bicker with one another, and the sort of teenage growing up problems of Birdy, they do feel very modern as well. I think it's quite deliberate to sort of try and marry those two worlds, and amazingly it works quite well. There's never really a sense of it being jarring. On the contrary, everything seems very seamless and natural. Another balance is stricken in terms of tone. The film is largely comedic, but there are also some serious and darker moments and undertones. And I feel that the movie never tries to make light of them too much. When the issues at hand are supposed to be more serious, they are allowed to be that way. And so again, by striking this balance, I think that the movie manages to capture that unique feeling of coming of age, because, like teenagers, it lives in that strange area that borders light-hearted childhood and the troubles of creeping adulthood. I think that the performances also help in shaping that tonal balance. Bella Ramsey is fantastic as Birdy. I think she really manages to nail both the humorous and the more brooding sides of the character, and her growth over the course of the film is kind of believable as well. Andrew Scott and Billie Piper are both clearly having fun with their characters as well, without becoming overdrawn caricatures, which I think would have been very easy, at least in his case, but is thankfully avoided. I liked it, even though it probably isn't a movie made primarily for people like me. I think the target audience is mainly teenagers who are also experiencing what Birdy is experiencing, and primarily girls, let's be honest. But because the film feels genuine and heartfelt and manages to mix layered characters with a lot of well-done levity, it is a pretty good watch.